All right, and thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about mental health, and this is something that we're going to be talking about a lot in this series, how it affects our profession, how it affects us individually. But today I'm going to do an overview of how it affects attorneys and clients. First, we're going to talk about attorneys, us. Use the oxygen mask metaphor. Before you can help anyone else, you need to help yourself. You need to make sure you're right, especially in this profession where we have people relying on us. And we not only have our families relying on us, but we have our clients relying on us to be sound of mind and provide representation and advice at the highest level possible for our profession. One thing that I never really internalized, or how could I? One thing that I never prepared myself for was the aggregate effect of hearing every person's life falling apart over and over and over throughout the day. I'm an empath. I very much try to put myself in my client's shoes and show compassion and understand where they're coming from. I just never quantified how taxing that was and is, right? All of you practicing out there, think about how you feel at the end of a day talking to 5 clients in consults about what happened with them, personal injury attorneys, loss of loved ones, loss of use of your limbs and functionality, and loss of who they were as a human being before coming to you. And if you're out there and think that you are immune to this, you might need to listen the most. Quick sidebar here. I know I'm not a trained professional, and that's why we're not going to get very deep on this subject in this episode. We will get much deeper and talk about this much more thoroughly when I do have a trained professional by my side. For today, I just want to share my experiences and bring some awareness to some of those new lawyers out there, or younger lawyers, what you might be facing when you get out there, and how you can better take care of yourself. Now, it's one thing to have awareness, and it's a whole other thing to be proactive. And I would just urge everyone out there that's had any type of struggle or felt themselves kind of emotionally reacting to what we do every day to go see a trained professional. Talk to somebody, take some steps, and take good care of yourself. I was so happy whenever I was searching through my CLE providers and looking for an ethics credit that I had to knock out before my deadline. And I found an attorney that's also a trained mental health professional. And so it was so fantastic going for my ethics credits, sitting for an hour with someone, and just actually talking through the stresses of the job. I walked away from there with some coping mechanisms, some skills and tools that I could take with me to try to mitigate the stress and strain that I was feeling on a daily basis. And it's also really important to remember most of us don't live our lives alone. So you're taking this strain home. And as much as you might think you're doing a good job hiding it, or you're doing a good job keeping it together, I can tell you from personal experience, everyone else notices. These types of things that we see and deal with stick with us. If you're a criminal attorney and you're a crim defense attorney and you handle homicide cases, you've seen images, potentially videos of children sometimes being shot down in broad daylight in the middle of the street. That's not normal. That's not a normal thing for people to go through. So it's super important to be aware of your own mental state, how it's affecting you, how you're feeling, how it's affecting other people. And obviously that also trickles down to our clients. That's why it's important to take care of ourselves first. And quick sidebar here, there's no shame in asking another trained professional for help. We need to actively destroy this stigma that mental health treatment in any way is a negative reflection on the person seeking it. Everyone has a right to be happy. Everyone has a right to be healthy. And with that, thank you for joining me today. And in the comments below, please share and let me know, what mental health support strategies do you have in place that's helping you be the best at running your practice and helping you be the best in your personal life. Please like and subscribe below, and don't forget to tune into the next episode where we check out the flip side of this dynamic and how mental health issues affect our clients and the court system in general. We'll see you in the next video.